Okay, let's talk about a few more of the general rules for capital investment decisions. And let's talk about the one that's the hardest to emotionally get through and the easiest one to probably understand, which is sunk costs. And sunk costs is generally, they're not relevant, and they're not relevant because just because we have come this far does not mean that we should continue to throw good money after bad. So the easy way to understand this is if you bought a stock for $100 and it has fallen in value, say to $50, the question isn't whether you should get back to $100 or not, try to get back to even. The $100 you paid is completely irrelevant. So we don't count that in our decision. Our decision now is we own a stock that is priced in the market at $50. The question is, do we sell it because of some reason? Do we think it'll go down? Or do we hold on to it or buy more of it because we think it'll go up? The decision to buy more or to hold on to it, or the decision to sell, is never based on how much you paid for it. What you paid for it is irrelevant. You could have paid $25 and have it go up to $50, or you could have paid $100 and have it go down to $50. The question is, the price is $50. Is that a good buy or a bad buy? And if it's a bad buy and you want to sell it, get rid of it. And if it's a good buy, then maybe you should buy more or at least hold on to it. So the cost that you paid for a stock, it doesn't matter if the stock went from 25 to 50 or 100 down to 50. It's a $50 stock. The question is, where will it go from here? So sunk costs, so the amount that you already paid, doesn't matter. For example, if you were building a high-rise in Las Vegas and you got about 3 floors off the ground with the steel, and all of a sudden the housing market collapsed, which it did in 2008, 2009, there were a lot of half-done buildings. Because why would I keep putting money into that building when I know it's not going to be worth anything and no one's ever going to rent it, no one's going to buy it, and I'm going to lose my shirt? Cut your losses and stop construction. And that's what a lot of people did. We started a lot of half-done construction projects because there's no reason to continue. You wouldn't continue just knowing that you would lose even more money doing it. So never throw good money after bad. The second one here is opportunity costs. Opportunity costs do matter. Just because a project has that positive net present value does not mean that you should automatically accept it. Specifically, if another project has a higher net present value, you should not pass it up. So here you go. Think about this. I have a corner lot on a very busy intersection. Should I put a McDonald's on it? Should I put a gas station on it? And so I can only put one store on this corner lot. It's going to get a lot of traffic. There's money to be made in the gas station. There's money to be made in the McDonald's. Which one goes on the lot? So those opportunity costs do matter. So what you do is you would look at the cost for the net present value of the McDonald's and the net present value of the gas station and make a decision between those two. So the other things you can do with the equipment, with the land, with the warehouse space, with the people, with the intellectual capital, etc., that does matter. Opportunity costs do matter. So you would include those in your analysis of whether this project is a go or a no-go. If you could do something else with the time and the ability and the capital, you should do it. You should always look for the highest return on your money that you possibly can. Let's see if we can do another one or two of these. Let's talk about side effects. Side effects do matter. So we have erosion and cannibalism, both bad things. So you erode a product line over time, or you cannibalize a product over time. iPhone 4 cannibalized iPhone 3, iPhone 5 cannibalized iPhone 4. There's some other variations in there. Obviously, there's a 4, 4S, and so on and so forth. But they keep cannibalizing each other. Well, in tech, if you don't do that, you'll get passed by, so they kind of naturally tend to do that. But there will be a point where you've flattened off the curve and you're not really adding to it. So really, you're just replacing existing phones with new phones. Well, why would you do that if you weren't making even more money? So we have to be very conscious of erosion and cannibalism in our product lines and make sure that our new products, when they do replace our old products, are making us even more money than the old products would have, because there's a lot of expense, obviously, in the new products. Obviously, there's also synergies that can result that are created from an increase in demand of existing products. We need to recognize that. So when we come out with Diet Coke or we come out with a bottled water, you can obviously see that Coke sales would increase with Diet Coke being out there, because some people will grab a Coke. Well, hold on a second, maybe I'll grab a Diet Coke. So Coke sales probably went up when Diet Coke sales went up as well. In addition to that, they come up with a bottled water. You add a bottled water, you add to your Diet Coke, you add to your Coke line. Obviously, it's not the same exact brand name, but their sales probably increased as well because of that. And of course, if you do advertising for Coke or Diet Coke, the synergies between the two would have an impact on sales. So those do matter in your accounting for whether we make this investment decision or not. So that's enough for this tape. We'll do a couple more in the next one.